Hey, Shalom everyone. This is your brother Daniela, aka the Copper Collab Original. Before I get started, I want to give all honor, praises, and glory to the God of Israel. I also want to give recognition to the Holy Spirit and recognition to Yahweh Shai. Many salutes, much love, much ahab to you brothers and sisters who are keeping the will of our God to the best of your abilities. So with that being said, welcome to the video. So in this video, I want to talk about fake news and real news, right? I'm talking about some things that, I've noticed in the past, I want to say a few weeks. Where should I begin? So anyways, we see that the hype with the whole Kyrie Irving situation has died down. They're not really talking too much about that anymore. And I think because it served its purpose, it got a certain sector of Negroes talking and distracted. Honestly, I feel like all that was fake news. You know what I'm saying? Just like many people have mentioned, Kyrie Irving, all he did was just post a link, and that was all. And they came down super hard about that. And I do feel that there was an agenda behind that, because let me tell you this. Like I said before, there's nothing that they show in the media that they don't show intentionally. So they intentionally blew up that situation. And honestly, I feel like anything that they blow up is a distraction and or fake news. Okay? It's what they want us to focus on. They don't put nothing on our screens by accident, okay? Especially if it's something that they dislike, they're not going to put it on our screens. Trust and believe. I do feel like that was a whole psyop. Now, no shade to the brother who made the documentary, that Kyrie posted, the Hebrews to Negroes. But honestly, there was nothing special about that documentary to get that type of attention. I'm glad the brother is now, I know that he's financially secured. I heard that that publicity made him a millionaire. Hopefully the brother does well with that fortune that he amassed. But the book was nothing special. The documentary was nothing special. I've seen better documentaries on YouTube that are free. You know what I'm saying? There was nothing groundbreaking, nothing mind-blowing about that information. I mean, sure, yeah, it's decent information for someone who does not know. But see, this is the thing. Majority of the people who were talking about that documentary, majority of them were people who classify themselves as Hebrew Israelites. Okay? Majority of the people talking about it outside of the media were people who already know that they're Israelites, right? So to me, that makes no sense. The people who were sharing the link and talking about the story on social media were Israelites, and they were sharing it with other Israelites. To me, that makes no sense. Why are people who already know who they are sharing it with people who already know who they are? Like, it's weird. People make groups, chats, all types of things, sharing that documentary with other people who were Hebrew Israelites. And like I said, there was nothing groundbreaking in that information. If any book deserved the publicity, honestly, I think it's better. I mean, there's a lot of books that are better. No shade to the brother at all. But the book by Dante Fortson called Undeniable, that's actually a better book. I kid you not, that's actually a better book, okay? But this information is easily accessible around us. Like, you can just go on YouTube, you can go on Google, and you can find out this information, And you have a lot of brothers and sisters who who has put this information out on street corners and on the internet. So it's not like this information isn't out there. So this is why the only people who spoke about it were the people who already knew who they were, because the people who don't know who they are, a lot of them have heard of it and don't really care. Okay. So I believe that this was targeted. This whole, Psy-Op was targeted towards so-called woke Hebrew Israelite Negroes, the so-called ones who think they're awake. Those are the ones who were targeted, and a lot of them fell for it. I'm not going to say all of them, but a lot of them fell for it, which is the sad thing. These so-called Negroes who think they're awake and walking circumspectively like Paul tells us. No, those are the Negroes who fell for it for the most part. These were the ones who were sharing, and then changing their profile picture to Kyrie Irving, and saying, I stand with Kyrie and all this. I stand with Kanye. These are the people who's supposed to be awake, yet the Psy-Op was put out for them and they fell for it. These so-called woke Negroes, which show you that the Most High isn't working with most of these Negroes out here. Because like I said before, most of these Negroes out here are nothing more than modern day Pharisees, man. These so-called Hebrew Israelites. Most of them are Pharisees. Just look at their camps. Look at the doctrines they teach. Look at the fruits. Look at their fruits. That's all I gotta say. Look at their fruits. Look at the fruits of IUIC. Look at the fruits of ISUPK. Now, we're not talking about the little stuff, that they do that looks all beautiful, like their garments and them teaching. No, look at their fruits. Because if you want to see a man's fruits, that's how you know how he is. Read the book of James. Read the book of James. The book of James tells you all about a man and his fruits. What does it profit to tell a man, what is it? Peace? I forget where it is. I think it's like James 2, where it talks about, what does it profit a man? I'm just paraphrasing. It says, what does it profit a man to tell him peace and then not give him the things that pertain to his body? Saying, what's the point of you brothers out here? What's the point of y'all out here street preaching, yet this brother is homeless? Y'all ain't helping him get a home. Y'all ain't help feeding him. Y'all not giving him shoes. Y'all not giving him socks. Y'all not giving him clothes. Y'all not giving him gloves. But y'all telling him, oh yeah, man, the Most High is out here, man. He's your guy. You're an Israelite. All right, shalom, bruh. And that's all. That's nothing. That does nothing for him. Because at the end of the day, his hunger is going to overpower him knowing who he is and who his God is. So he's going to go out here. He's going to steal from his own brother. He's going to steal from his sister. He's going to rob his sister. He's probably going to kill her in the process just to feed himself or to feed his kids, to make money. You see what I'm saying? So, a lot of these brothers, what they're doing, they don't have no good fruits from what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say that a lot of these people out here, they're Pharisees, because they do these things to be seen. IUIC or 501 ISUC, they do these things to be seen. This is why they wear the flashy clothes. You know what I'm saying? This is why ISUPK go out here and they make people kiss their boots and all this stuff for shock value. Same thing with all these other little camps, like the little camp from Philly with the young brother who's a damn demon, honestly. Just like, he's like the leader from one of those little Philly camps. And then you got, you got the brothers from Sakari who are up in clubs with half-naked women, always wanting to debate people and to dagger brothers. And I mean, it's like, come on, really? Really? So that's the spirit that they're on. But see, that's why they're being deceived. Because that's the spirit that they're on. They're on that evil spirit of, yeah, let me be seen, let me be seen. They're on that Pharisee spirit. So they have no real fruits. They have no real fruits. So all those seeds that they plant out there ain't nothing but wicked seeds. Hopefully the Most High will come and salvage those seeds and put them in the right spot. But anyways, like I said, that was a whole Psy-Op with the whole Hebrews and Negroes. With the Kyrie Irving and Kanye situation. Because, like I said, the dude never even spoke. Kyrie never even said nothing about the Most High. At all. Nothing. He didn't say, yeah, man, we should go out here and start serving our God, turn back to our God. And all. No, he didn't even say that. Not at all. Not at all. But yet, he had the full support of a lot of these Hebrew Israelites out here. IUIC goes out here marching for themselves. I mean, they did it for Kyrie, but for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You know, it's just, it's crazy, man. And the Negroes fell for it. Negroes fell for it, man. And like the brother New Breed brought out, you know, and I support that brother New Breed on his stance of IUIC while they were out there marching. I feel him 110%. I meant to make a video a few weeks ago before he even mentioned that, saying the same thing. I was telling my wife the same thing. IUIC didn't do that for Kyrie or for the Hebrew Israelite community. They did that for themselves. They did that for themselves. How do I know? Because IUIC, you know, even though they said they did it for unity and all this stuff, IUIC had all these years for unity. I know brothers who wanted to join with not join with IUIC, but have camaraderie with IUIC, to have like meetings and stuff like that and show union with IUIC. And IUIC said no. There's videos on YouTube where you can see IUIC not want to deal with anyone who's not IUIC. Many videos like that. I've had my personal experiences. You know what I'm saying? My wife has had her experiences. And I'm sure you brothers and sisters out there have had your experience when when the brother Newbury was like talking about his experience with IUIC members. It was identical to what has happened to a lot of us, including myself. You know, they're like, oh, are you part of IUIC? No. Oh, they either shut down, stop talking to you, or they're like, hey, join our camp. Or they're like, how did you learn all this stuff and you're not part of IUIC? Oh, nah, if you ain't with IUIC, man, we can't deal with you, man. Or if you're not with IUIC, man, the Most High is working with IUIC. He ain't working with anyone else. And I mean, you even see the camp leaders say this. You know, Mr. Sleepy Eye guy. I forget his name. Deacon Asap, I think that's his name. Yeah, man, if you ain't with the purple and gold, man, like it's a damn fraternity, right? Talk about purple and gold. Like, they're a gang, man. They're a gang. They are nothing but Pharisees. And if you are following them, men, you're following them straight to hell. But anyways, you know, enough with the fake news, because that's what they wanted to happen. You know, I believe that they did that whole Kyrie and Kanye situation so that they can start targeting so-called Hebrew Israelites. That's why I feel like, you know, they did that whole thing so they can target us for anti-Semitism, right? But anyways, to the real news, guys. You guys need to check out No, you don't need to check out Hebrews and Negroes. Trust me. You guys need to go and check out this documentary called Died Suddenly. Check it out, man. I'm telling you guys, it is. I've been telling my wife this for probably a few months now, but this is the season of death. I'm telling you, it's a season of death. And the reason why I say that is because so many people are just dropping dead left and right. This year has been a year where many people, from celebrities to regular people, I've known several people who I personally know who have died suddenly this year. I've known people who have family members, like I have friends and family members who have had friends and family members that have died. Now, remember back when the sickness emerged on the scene, they were saying, all these people are dying. Oh, God, they're dying left and right. They're just dropping like flies. And we're like, where? We don't see people dropping left and right. I don't see RIPs and all this stuff on social media. I only saw, like, from when that sickness first dropped in 2019 all the way up to, like, 2021. I didn't see, like, I probably only saw, like, maybe one or two people saying that their family member died from the sickness, right? Or family members or friends that died from the sickness. But ever since the jab has been released, I've been seeing people dropping left and right. RIP to this person, RIP to that person. Oh, somebody pray for my family, man. We just lost such and such. Somebody pray for my daughter. We just lost such and such. High school friends passing away. I mean, people who are in their 30s just dropping dead. And we see the news. Yeah, they talking about it, but they're not telling you the reason why these people are dropping. Type in "died suddenly" on Google. Type that in, and you're gonna see every day. Every day you type it in, you're gonna see new cases of people just dying suddenly of, cardiovascular issues. It is so bad now. Like, I mean, you literally got people who are, most of the people who are dying are not old people. These are people who are in their 40s and younger. 40s and younger dying. I mean, you literally got 8-year-olds who are dying of heart attacks, who are dying of sudden deaths. 8-year-olds, 10-year-olds dying of heart attacks. That is unheard of. That is unheard of. You got kids dropping left and right. You got young adults in their 20s, 30s dropping left and right. That's not at all. And they're saying that people are dying from cardiomyositis or myositis. I can't even, I have to look at the word in front of me. But yeah, they're saying that people are dying from this heart-related disease. And there's such a huge influx in it all of a sudden. And it's like, come on. Guys, check out this documentary. Go to rumble.com. Check that documentary out called "Died Suddenly." And they're going to show you, you're going to see these coroners or morticians, how, they're talking about how when they're trying to, what's it called? I forget what it's called when they flush the body of its fluids, but when they do that process, how they're getting these big fibrous clots coming out of people's bodies, and it's not blood clots. It's literally like this whitish, grayish, fibrous material that's clotting up people's blood, clotting up their veins, and it's causing them to die. And I mean, it's creepy. And I would highly recommend, to share this with everyone, even your children. You could tell them to turn their heads whenever you see the bloody parts. But yeah, it's something that we need to see. It's something that people need to see. Even if you got the jibby jab, because you need to know what is in store, and maybe there's a way you can try to fix it. I don't know, but it is taking people out left and right, And these are people, and some of those people who, probably all of them, but I know that some of the people that they have gotten information on, the people that passed, some of those people had that. They had it. So, yeah, I mean, the doctor from Ohio, he literally said in his video that people who take the jab has 3 to 5 years to live. 3 to 5 years. Some people are just dying a little bit sooner. But I feel like there's going to be a mass die-off. I mean, we're already having a lot of people who died off as of late. But I feel like we're going to have a bigger die-off than that. I feel like in the next few years, we're going to lose probably several million to hundreds of millions of people. Because hundreds of millions of people have taken the jibby jab. And, I think time is counting down for a lot of people. I think pretty soon we're going to have a lot of family members and friends and associates, co-workers who are just gone. I'm sure I'm going to see several of my co-workers, supervisors just drop dead. Because I'm telling you, I probably say about 2-3 times a week, I'm seeing someone on my timeline, someone on my social media saying their friend just died, their family member just died, a co-worker just died, Man, and pretty soon we're going to be seeing who on our family took the jibby jabs, man. I really hope that people have life insurance out here, because, it's going to be hard to bury these people. I literally had a good high school friend of mine. He passed. And, I'm not sure if he got the jab or not, but this guy was in peak health. This guy was, he was a nicely built guy. Like, he was athletic built. This guy played football for as long as I know, from high school all the way up to the college level. And he kept himself in shape. And he passed away last week. Last week, they found him in his house dead. Found him in his house dead. And, I suspect that he had taken a jab, Man, but, yeah, man, this is the season of death. And the Most High, he's taking them out. He's taking all these hard-headed people out. These people who didn't want to listen. To me, it made no sense. Even if I didn't believe the way I did, in the sense of putting foreign stuff in my body like that, I will still be like, I won't put nothing in my body that's experimental. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's experimental. They haven't. It's just like common sense to me, right? It's like common sense, but hey, some people a lot of people took it. And my hats go off to the old folks, because the old folks ain't as simple as we think. And we gotta give them a little bit more credit, because, like I said, majority of the people who are dropping dead are your young folk. Your people in their 40s and under. They're the ones who are dropping dead like flies, man. Your older folks, they're probably like, well, I'm gonna die anyway, so why do I need to take it? And then maybe even some of them have enough sense to say, hey, wait, this so-called illness has like a 99% survival rate. So why don't I just take my chances? Hey, if I die, I die. Some of our old folks have come from the struggle of the 30s, the 40s, 50s, and 60s. So they're like, we've been through hard stuff. You new guys don't know nothing about it, man. We went to work with broken legs. We went to work with the Black Plague, and I'm just playing. But yeah, they're tougher than we are. So a lot of them probably, I don't need that. I don't need to take that damn thing. I don't like needles anyways, right? But us young folks, we're like, hey, whatever, we'll take anything. I literally seen, this is how simple our people are. And I still got to respond to this comment. It's another person I went to school with, a female. She shared a video of, I guess, like this massive incubator that scientists are planning on making in the future, where they will house thousands of babies in incubators and grow them to where they won't have any diseases and stuff like that. Like, they're going to be doing like genetic manipulation, right? And she was like, oh, this is cool. Oh, man, that's going to be dope. And somebody in the comment section was like, hell no. She was like, the other person was like, hell no. And I came in there, I was like, oh, hell no. I was like, fuck that. Nah, hell no. I was like, why would you? Because she was like, the girl who posted it, she was like, of course she said that was cool. She was like, well, and then another person responded and said, why would I? No. She said something. She was disagreeing with the post. And the main post, the original poster, she said, oh, well, if they do anything like that, I'll be long dead. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, that's so selfish. But see, that's how this world is. This world is filled with selfish people. This is why the world is so fucked up. Well, one of the reasons why. You're like, oh, well, since it's not going to affect me, it's going to be way down the line. Oh, I'm good. Well, what about your descendants, if you have any? What about them? What about your legacy? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't care about anybody other than yourself, especially if it's somewhere in the future. To me, that doesn't make any sense. But anyways, she's probably, I bet money the original poster probably has a jibby jab, because I told her, I was like, why would you be okay with something like this, especially coming from the same people who have a record of presenting something that's good when it ultimately turns out to be something bad? Talking about the government, talking about Big Pharma and all of them, right? She responded, but I haven't seen what she said yet. But yeah, that's my thing. Like, especially us so-called Negroes, we definitely should not have taken that jibby jab. Why? Because look at history. I feel like people who have taken a jibby jab are ignorant of America's history, right? America has never done anything good for our people. They have never given out anything for free for the true well-being of our people. I mean, we could just look through history. Tulsa is just one of the many different points in time where they have done foul things to us as a people. So it's like, even if you just only know about the Tuskegee, that's what I meant to say. But Tulsa is another situation, right? But Tuskegee experiments, that was just one of the many experiments that they did to our people. And it's like, even if you knew that little bit of history, shouldn't that make you alert? I mean, at least with the Tuskegee experiment, they were paying these people, right? But with the jibby jab, they're just giving it out for free and saying good luck to you. I mean, absolutely crazy if you ask me. But, you know, we still have a lot of our ignorant people who trust our government. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, going back to the girl who made the post, I'm like, what's so cool about that? Oh, the fact that they're advertising to you that, yeah, babies will be born without any diseases. But it's like, really? At what cost? What are we doing to these babies that's going to... Because I don't trust the government. I know that there's something more to it. The damn thing that what do they call it? Like the little video that they were showing of their idea, it looked like a scene out of the Matrix. You know, when Neo wakes up in that big old like chasm looking place, and it's like a bunch of incubator looking things, and electricity is just rolling through. That's what the hell it looked like. Because I believe they said they were also, I don't know, but it looked like they were also harnessing energy from those babies. I don't know, but it just looked crazy to me. All right. But you have these young folks who look at stuff like that, like, oh, that's cool. Yeah. Same thing with transhumanism. Like how they're talking about modifying, you know, genetics and injecting people with nanorobots to make them superhuman. Yeah, me as a kid, I'm like, yay, that's cool. Because I'm a kid, I don't know better. But you have adults out here who are like, oh, that's cool. I would love to have superpower. Really, you really think that they're going to inject you with nanorobots to allow you to go through here and break down buildings and, you know, punch hole through tanks and eat bullets like ain't nothing? No, they're not going to do that. The government and Big Pharma, they are control freaks. Big Pharma and the government go hand in hand. They go hand in hand. They're control freaks. They would never give you the power to do something like that. To turn and use it on them? Hell no. They're never going to do anything for our true benefit. This is why they are taking vehicles, gasoline powered vehicles. They're getting rid of them after 2030, I believe. Right? You guys need to look into Agenda 2030 because that's when a lot of things are supposed to be happening. A lot of big things are supposed to be happening then. That's around the time when they're probably they're hoping to fully implement a lot of these things that they're projecting. But I believe by like 2030 or something like that, they're no longer producing any more gasoline vehicles. Every new vehicle in 2030 has to be EV, which means an electric vehicle, and it must have a kill switch. If you look at the current infrastructure bill, in the fine print, it says that there has to be a kill switch in that vehicle. So no, they're not trying to give you these super advanced, super fast cars like a Tesla, for example. They're not trying to give you that for your benefit. There's always a bait and switch when it comes to whatever the government gives you. Hell, if the government really cared about people, do you think that we would have poor people on the streets? Do you think they would allow cops to beat poor folks, homeless folks who are just trying to survive? I mean, seriously, out there in California and in states like Washington, where you got a lot of homeless people out there, They literally allow the cops to go through and go to these homeless enclaves, like these little tent cities, and beat the hell out of people over there. I mean, it's so bad that they even put spikes under the bridges. They literally put spikes under the bridges so people can't sleep out there. Who the hell you think is giving the money to these people to do this shit? The government. The government is sponsoring all that evilness. You know what I'm saying? So no, the government is not out here to do you any good at all. And I know this video turned into a rant, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. The government is evil. They're not out here for our well-being. Not at all. I don't trust it. If it's free from the government, nope. I'm good. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. Y'all can give me a stimulus check. I don't care, because this country is going to shit anyways. You can give me a stimmy, but other than that, you ain't stimulating my veins with no with no BS. For real, for real. But yeah, man, I mean, honestly, people, man, I know people who's taking the jibby jab. I know they're scared, man, especially if they seen that documentary. But I think that's what people need to be. People need to be afraid, because if you're truly afraid, you're probably going to try to seek your God. You're probably going to try to seek the God of Israel. And that's what our people need to do. Especially before you die, you need to seek him. And you need to truly give yourself to the Most High. But it's crazy, man, because, you know, all of our people, they got their heads up their ass, man. They too busy worried about stuff that they don't need to be worrying about. Being distracted by sports and all these other things, man. But yeah. That is essentially all I really want to talk about right now. I can't really think of anything else to talk about. But yeah, man. I mean, man, I really hope that if you guys watch my videos, that none of y'all have taken that jibby jab, man. Because it's bad. And it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. They said, I think like 118,000 people, at least the ones that they documented, have died after taking the jab. But, you know, it's way more than that. You know, it's way more. And it's crazy because in the video, in the documentary, some of these people who are dying, they're going around in circles, just like these animals out here, which I'll talk about in a second. But they're literally going around in circles. Some of them are walking just like, and then they drop. But then some of them are actually like fighting stuff. They're like, before they die, before they drop and die. So I don't know if they seeing spirits before they go, because I'm sure there's spirits inside that jab. I'm willing to put money on it, man. These scientists are nothing more than modern day witches, man. They're nothing more than modern day witches, warlocks, whatever you want to call them, right? That's all they are. But yeah, man, I'm thinking these people are seeing demons before they go. Demons like, yeah, we got you. Well, but yeah, these animals, man. I'm telling you, man. Some of our people are talking about it. You know, our brother New Breed, our brother and Yarika. I've seen a few other brothers and sisters who are talking about it, that 2023 is something major is gonna happen there. You know, I do feel like something major is gonna happen soon. But yeah, I think these animals are trying to tell us something. I mean, look at them. You got all types of animals going around in circles for days. You got goats. I mean, sheeps. You got sheeps going around in circles. You got fish going around in circles. Birds going around in circles. You got rats going around in circles. Cows going around in circles. You know what I'm saying? You got ants going around in circles. I mean, it's crazy, guys, man. Something. Hey, just like how our animals are, you know, our animals know stuff, like they're essentially the canary in the mine. You know how we used to put canaries in the mine to let us know if the air was breathable, and the bird will let us know if the air was breathable or not, you know? That's kind of like how it is for us, just like with all these other animals. You know, like how birds and other animals, they can sense storms before they even come. They can sense impending danger and doom before it even comes. Before an earthquake happen, animals go crazy. Before a volcano happen, animals go crazy. It's the same thing with a lot of many different things. So I feel like these animals are telling us something. These animals definitely have a sixth sense. The Most High put a sixth sense in these animals to where they can sense stuff that we can't. That we have trained ourselves to ignore, because I feel like a lot of the stuff that animals can sense, we couldn't actually sense, but we have trained ourselves. Society has trained us to ignore those senses. For example, like I was watching a video last night of a guy. It's an old video. I seen this video probably about a year ago where this Chinese guy starts fire with his mouth. He puts like a bunch of sawdust in his mouth and he starts a fire. He's like breathing fire. And what I saw in the comment section was very disheartening. They're all like, oh man, look at this. Video edit, sleight of hands. Oh, I never seen so much hogwash in my life. Oh, this is such BS and all this stuff. I'm like, this guy is performing magic right in front of you guys. But y'all don't believe it because society has told you that magic does not exist, but science does. So yeah, I believe that living in this society, we have dulled our senses. We're no longer aligned like how we used to. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but yeah, these animals, they're definitely telling us something. Something is around the corner, man. I don't know what, but I can tell you something is going to happen soon. And I'm not saying that in a sense of like, oh, they're about to roll out martial law and all this stuff. Because let me say this. I'm not afraid, and you shouldn't be neither. I'm not afraid of the rulers of this society. I'm not afraid of them nor their gods, right? I'm not afraid of the rulers talking about physical men, and I'm not afraid of the rulers of darkness talking about the spiritual beings, the entities, the dark gods that do exist. Your Bible tells you. All this is all through your Bible. All throughout the Bible, and it's in other books too. But I'm not afraid of them, and you shouldn't be neither, right? The only one that I reverence is my God, the God of Israel. That's who I reverence, right? That's who I have fear of. I have righteous fear of, right? Now, like I said, you don't need to be afraid of these people and their rulers, their gods. But I feel like we should be prepping, because I feel like our God wants us to get up out of this environment, and he may be doing some things that's probably going to take a lot of people out in order to get us, his chosen remnant, out of this situation. So who knows? It may not be something that man-made that may happen. It may be something that the Most High is doing. And of course, we know that all things happen through the God of Israel. We know that. But what I'm saying is, don't buy so much into the New World Order and all that stuff, right? Because the New World Order, like I said before, isn't new. It's been around several hundred years, right? Don't be afraid of them. You know what I'm saying? Because their plans aren't always going to happen. At the end of the day, it's God's plan, right? His plans are the only plans that matter. They can talk about what they're projecting, to happen in the future. They can talk about all their plans. They can put up on another Georgia Guidestone. Doesn't mean that it's going to happen. Doesn't mean that it's going to happen. It's up to what our God wants to happen. Our God is the God of gods. He is the King of gods. Like it says in Scripture, he judges the gods. So it doesn't matter what their gods do. It doesn't matter what they do. It matters what our God does and what he wants. So anyways, guys, I am up out of here. I pray that the Most High blesses you. I pray that you keep, serving our God, serving our people. Just stay on that righteous path. Anyways, I'm gonna be uploading. I'm trying to put together a video soon. It's really just a video of pictures, paintings, and stuff that I have created. So yeah, that should be coming soon. And then I also have another project I'm working on too. Hopefully, I have that video up soon-ish, like maybe within the next few weeks or so. But anyways, guys, I'll talk to you later. Y'all take care. And may the power of Israel bless all of you, all of those who do his will. Shalom. Peace.